Hi guys, very good morning. My name is Muni Venkatesh. Currently, I am working in PCS Global as a junior software engineer. So today we are going to discuss top 10 Springboard interview questions for beginners. Let's dive into the topic. So actually, what is Spring Boot? Actually, Spring Boot is a Java-based framework. So that is used to build standalone applications, web-based applications, and production-grade Spring Boot applications. So it provides opinionated configurations. It allows developers to focus on business logic. What are the benefits of using Spring Boot? So by using Spring Boot, we can get a lot of benefits. One is rapid development. So without focusing on configurations, we can developers can focus only on development and microservice support. So Spring Boot support microservices. That means one Spring Boot project will communicate with another Spring Boot project through HTTPs and dependency management. So it simplifies the managing project dependencies with its in built-in dependencies management system. So how does Spring Boot simplify the development process? So actually Spring Boot provide automatic configurations. This is the main advantage of using Spring Boot. In before, so we need to make a lot of configurations to build Java based applications. So after Spring Boot came into the industry, so it simplifies XML configurations. That means so it automatically configure the file. So it also offers powerful command line interfaces of running and testing our applications using Maven. So what are the different annotations used in the Spring Boot? So like in Spring Boot, we can use majorly some of the annotations. So actually annotations is nothing but a metadata of something. So the one of the most important annotation is Spring Boot applications. So it indicate the main class of the Spring Boot applications. So it will boost up our Spring Boot applications. And the next one is REST control. So it is used to create RESTful web services. It is a combination of control and REST body. The another one is auto white. So this annotation is majorly used for dependency injections. So for example, if I have a one class, so I need to use some methods under some classes of another Spring Boot project. So in that case, we can use auto white. The last one is get mapping. So it map the it is the HTTP request get mapping. It get the files under specific handler methods. So how does Spring Boot handle database integrations? So one of the major important part in a Spring Boot is whenever we are building logic, so it should definitely interact with the database. So Spring Boot allows developers to interact with the database easily using ORM tools like Hibernate and Spring Boot to JPA. So JPA stand for Java Persistent Access. It offers seamless integrations with various databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and many more. So, what is Spring Boot Accurator? Spring Boot Accurator is a built-in feature so that provide endpoint for monitoring and managing Spring Boot applications. So, a lot of developers need to manage and monitor their Spring Boot projects. So in that case, this feature is very useful. It offers valuable insights into applications and health metrics and many more. So how does Spring Boot handle security? So one of the main feature in Spring Boot is it handles Spring Boot security. So Spring Boot provide robust security capabilities through its Spring Boot security model. So in the Spring Boot security model, it offers various features. It offers like authentications and authorizations and other security features like out of the box, so making application security easier to implement. So by using Spring Boot security, we can easily handle our Spring Boot security features in our project. So what are the some best practices for using Spring Boot? So we already discussed some of the features in using Spring Boot. So it handles like a simple configurations, like I discussed earlier. It automatically configure files, uh, XML file configurations and application properties, etc. And using Spring Boot starters. So by default, it come with Spring Boot starters. It is used to leverage pre-configured dependencies into the our project. And it also supports unit test cases. So ensure, for example, if we write any number of classes, we need to test all the classes methods, whether it is working perfectly or not, whether it is giving accurate result or not. So we can test by using unit test you of Spring Boot. So we can also monitor and we can ensure the performance of our Spring Boot. So using Spring Boot accurator and other monitoring tools to track the our Spring Boot applications. So next question is, how is Spring Boot different from other Spring frameworks? Actually, Spring Boot, it is the top of the Spring. So in the Spring Boot, a lot of features added, annotations and dependency injections. These are the new features introduced in the Spring Boot. So earlier in Spring, it doesn't support auto configurations, while in a Spring Boot, it will configure auto configurations. So it provide a streamlined approach to application development. So as I said, Spring Boot 2 will automatically configure the files. So that means it eliminate the need for complete XML configurations and it is simply dependency management. So the developers no need to bother about the configuration files. So the developers mainly focus on business logics. So the next question is, what are the some common errors and their situation in Spring Boot? So you already know. So whenever we're building any applications, definitely we will encounter some errors during our projects or whenever when we run our projects. So some of the main errors in the Spring Boot are null point exceptions, data access exceptions, class not found exceptions. You know already null point exceptions. So this error often occurs due to improper dependency injections. So next, data access exceptions. So this error can happen like whenever we give wrong URL of the database and username and some passwords like that. So whenever we give some wrong informations in that time, we can face error like data access exceptions and a class not found exceptions. So make sure all dependencies are presented in the class path. So these are the main exceptions in the Spring Boot applications. So finally conclusion is, so use these basics interview questions to aid your knowledge in the next upcoming interview questions. Thank you.